So just to recap, what I'm trying to say is that you brought up spiritual authority. And one of the parts when we are looking for identity that we miss is that authority comes from being under authority. So in making this point that God is king, Jesus is king, and so are we, right? That kingship comes from being under authority. And what we see Jesus model, who has been sent on assignment to earth to help us get back what God originally intended for us in Genesis, that you point to, for us to have dominion. Jesus models someone who is under authority by saying, I only speak of what my father speaks, right? I only say what the father says. I'm not here creating something new. I'm just here helping his kingdom to come, helping his will to be done on earth as it is in heaven. AKA, I'm showing y'all what the assignment is.
Come on.
Right. And so then he tells us in John 14, 26, that the advocate, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name. So he's saying, after me, here's another part in the line of authority. He will teach you all things and remind you of everything I have said. And what did Jesus say he was going to only say it?
What his father
What
said.
God said, what his father said, right? So it's like you have what God says, Jesus reiterating what God says, the Holy Spirit coming to teach us and remind us of what God says. So when we get in agreement, when we get in that line of what God is saying, we get access to everything in that line.
Which is the blessing of Genesis 20:28.
Come on. Let's go back to that, because now that we understand that this is all just a continuation, this is all just all of us participating in the same assignment, which is to bring God's kingdom to earth as it is in heaven, which is so interesting. Jesus even saying that is just a reflection of Genesis 1:26 and 28, because God already said, I made them in my image and in my likeness on earth. He's in heaven. He's making us in his image and likeness to have dominion on earth. So asking for his kingdom to come and his will to be done on earth as it is in heaven is just Jesus saying, getting back to what God originally intended for us.
Jesus.
So it's like, okay, now we're back at Genesis 1:26 and 28. We are kings because we are just doing what we were created to do, which is to be a reflection of a king. And Jesus came and showed us what the assignment of the king was, to restore things to earth as it is in heaven. And the Holy Spirit is constantly bringing us back to that. So it's like, okay, so if we go back to Genesis 1:26 and 28, what are we supposed to be doing? What does it mean in real life for someone every day going to work on a job with a family? What does it mean for them to be in their dominion as a king, stepping into that? What does that mean for them?
The first thing is, because let's be clear, we're talking about kings and we got to be clear. It says dominate everything but other people.
Mm.
It never has people on here.
Come on.
Let's be like I can't do it. I can't go past that without saying first thing first.
First things first, not people.
Not people. It literally says everything else though. It's
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
But people.
Everything else but people. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that's first. That's so traits of a good king.
Mm.
And then for me, it's like, if Jeremiah 1:5 is true, that means he knows who I was before I was formed in my mother's womb. Then God makes each and every one of us for such a time as this. Mm-hmm. It's like, what does that mean? It's like there's a certain influence, a certain calling, a certain community, a certain creativity, a certain essence that only I can give. And that's why in the beginning of the show, I was so hurt, because I felt the pain of not knowing my identity.
Mm-hmm. 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 I feel like you're hitting on a broader meaning of the first thing he tells us, which is to be fruitful. When you say that, because it's like, as we're breaking down, okay, now what does it mean? What is the assignment for us? And you said, well, first of all, it's not people. So our dominion is not people. Then you're like, there's something placed in me to express, to create. That means something in you got to come out of you. When we talk about fruit, a fruit comes out in its season.
In season.
In season. And so there's a point of ripening where fruit is ripe to be eaten. And so as producers to produce and multiply, like in time, in season, it's like that's what we're here to do. What else are you hearing? So not people. You're telling us to produce something, that we were made for something. Something is in us that's supposed to be expressed in season. What else do we what else does walking, I guess, with this dominion mentality mean for us?
Well, for me, it gave me purpose.
Mm,
As far as, because when you say fruitful, made me think about all the things I was doing that wasn't fruitful,
mm,
right?
mm.
Like, what was it making me a better person?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like drinking till I pass out. That's not making me a better person. Being anxious and smoking cigarettes and Black and Milds. That's not fruitful. Consuming 6, 7 rounds of, porn is like, well, that ain't really fruitful. So what it does do is having a purpose. It gives me what you talked about earlier. Is like it gives me something to focus on. So like you focus on one thing, it automatically distracts you from the other thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what
Focus
I
is a
lost at
filter.
18.
Yeah. Yeah. Say that again, because focus is a filter. You said when you focus on one thing, it automatically distracts from other things. Just say more about that.
Yeah, when you focus on one thing, it distracts you from everything. When I'm focusing on my diet, oh, Joe, we finna go to a buffet. No. Hey, Joe, we finna go get ice cream. No. Hey, Joe, we finna go do this. No, because I'm focused. So when you focus on something, it automatically distracts you from everything else. But when you don't have any intent, you just out here. Hey, y'all going to buffet? Hey, y'all getting ice cream? Hey, like let's do it all. Like, cause you have not focused on anything.
Mm,
So the point is, what we don't know is either way we're focused on something,
mm,
either consciously or subconsciously. And
mm.
that's what I didn't know personally.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in my own business.